ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Oh, I need to open this thing up. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful one out there. Today, we are continuing on with our Black celebration with Depeche Mode. We are listening to the next track here from where we left off, which is going to be Stripped. Coming into the second side of the album here. A lot of you had said that this was quite a standout track from the band. Some of you that had mentioned this one would be Igor Tokarski, Joe Rosenman. I'm pulling you guys up. It just takes me a second. DF15 Gadget. I got you. Let's see. Hold on. I got you. It's loading. Jimmy Fletcher. Chinard. Sam Stevenson. I got you. Sam Stevenson again. I got you. And there may be more of you. Caden Richards. I see you as well. I know there's more of you. Simon Wood. It just loads a little slow. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for the suggestions. Thank you as always for being here and hopefully enjoying the album with me. Let's go ahead and dive right in. We'll discuss it after. Here we go. Motorcycle idling.
Come with me into the trees. We'll lay on the grass and let the hours pass. Take my hand, come back to the land. Let's get away just for one day. Let me see you stripped down to the
Okay.
Metropolis has nothing on this. You're breathing in fumes. I taste when we kiss.
Great melody.
Take my hand, come back to the land where everything's ours for a few hours. Let me see you stripped down to the bone. Let me see you stripped down to the bone.
I love that.
Let me hear you make decisions without your television.
Good line.
Hear you speaking just for me.
a time.
Here is the house where
We're back to continuing. We're back to those transitions. Very, very easy to see why that is a standout track from the album. Very easy to see why a lot of you were looking forward to that one, because it's great. I love how it comes back to that neon tinged dystopian vibe that I think the beginning of the album really set the tone for those first few tracks. And it comes back to it in a big, big way. I love the melody of it. I love how it constantly layers itself as the track goes. You know, just sometimes those little jaunty stabs of the keys, and then those drips of neon lights coming in, and then those synths that ride above it all. Of course, the singing has this dark and yet sensual kind of delivery and direction to it, which we've heard plenty of times throughout. But here, you know, the way that he says stripped, but then the way that he says, you know, to your bones, like, I want to see you at your most vulnerable. I want to see you completely naked, but even more so than that, you know? I think the way that it's all approached is really, really fantastic. And this is a track that constantly is expanding. This is a track that by the time it gets to the middle, it is fully dressed. You know, it starts off more naked and more stripped than it ends. But I love how this whole track develops really, really. Let me pull it back here really quick. You know, like this, coming off of Question, of course. This sound, which we get later on, of course, as it ends. At first, it was kind of making me think of like the sound of a car or a motorcycle idling. And of course, it's not an exact one-to-one, but that's what it reminded me of. But then as I'm listening to it, and of course, as it returned in the end, it actually makes me think of a heartbeat. But like when you're actually listening to a heartbeat, like from a sonogram or something like that, where you can hear the arteries and the aortas and stuff closing and opening or whatever is happening in there. Like you can hear that. And I think that that's really interesting how, you know, we get it so subtle here. But then at the end, see, it's the exact same. Isn't that kind of interesting, like how that happens? Beginning, end. There's no difference. It starts and ends in the same place. And in the middle, there's a lot of meat happening. I think that is so cool. That happens. And of course, you get that little rev up with the synth that comes in. And that really does begin that, to me, very dystopian, kind of like cyberpunk kind of sound and everything. But as it instrumentally, as it goes in, see those little stabs, those little keyboard stabs as he sings, and then the drums when those come in. Can I say something? If you were to slightly adjust perhaps some of the futuristic synthy sounds that they create here in that particular moment, if you were to slightly rearrange that a little bit, it sounds like a Peter Gabriel track to me. The way the drums come in, 100%. The melodies, a little bit. Just change the tones a little bit. Change the skin. Change the skin. And I think it hits like a little bit of that melt Peter Gabriel 3 kind of point, because there's no cymbals at that particular point. I don't know. It was just a random. It has nothing to do with like the song. It was just a random thought that came into my mind as it was going on. But like I said, I love how, of course, it begins and ends very stripped, but then in the middle, it becomes extremely dense by this point, you know, with constant waves and melodies coming in, going out, and ebbing and flowing in. Very easy to see why that's a standout track, because it absolutely is. Very catchy too. Let's look at this. The lyrics. Come with me into the trees. We'll lay on the grass and let the hours pass. Take my hand. Come back to the land. Let's get away for just one day. Let me see you stripped down to the bone. Like I said, let me see you stripped down. Let me see who you are, the true you, the most vulnerable part of you. Let's get away so we can expose ourselves in a sense and just be who we are. Metropolis has nothing on this. Come on, you even say Metropolis. You're breathing in fumes I taste when we kiss. Ooh. Like, let's get away from the city. Let's get away from all that. And the music perfectly captures that, getting away from the synthy, cyber-esque, you know, city that the music is kind of hitting. Take my hand, come back to the land where everything's ours for a few hours. Let me hear you make decisions without your television. Whew. Let me hear you speaking just for me. And of course, it repeats from there. I think these are great lines here. Let's get away from the influence. Let's get away from those. I mean, as it says, without your television, let's make it modern. Let me hear you make decisions without your social media. Let me hear you speak just you. Just you. It's a really great track here. It says it was released as the lead single from the album. Highly deserving of that. Incorporates various samples, most notably the sound of an idling car engine. Please clap. All right. As the band's 6th consecutive single to enter the UK top 20, peaking at number 15. Elsewhere hitting 4 in Germany, top 10 in Finland, Sweden, and Switzerland. Rammstein later covered the song for their tribute album For the Masses. That's actually kind of cool. Let's see. According to Alan Wilder, was one of the few songs that was easy to record. They incorporated samples of it, of course, which they created in-house. Let's see. They also included the sound of a bottle rocket in the song that they were recording on Guy Fawkes Night. All right. To get the sound of the fireworks, they launched the rockets horizontally so that several microphones set up in sequence would capture the sound of the fireworks fizzing by. That's really cool. Actually, that's really creative to do it that way. Line them up and then just shoot that bottle rocket. He said the idea of Stripped is to get away from technology and civilization for a day and get back to basics in the country. It's about 2 people stripping down their bare emotions. He explained that it's not about sex. It's to do with having nothing except yourself. The people in the song could strip off if they wanted to, though. It's just stripping away from society for a moment. Gore said in '87 that it's his favorite song to date. And of course, it goes on from there. The chart information that we mentioned before, 6 in Ireland, 16 in Italy, 9 in Sweden, 8 in Switzerland, 1 on the UK indie. Let me know what you all thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. I appreciate you all watching. I hope that you enjoyed the music. The Buy Me a Coffee's there or here. If you'd like to sponsor a song request, you can do so there. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Swing on back by tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.